Just give me a moment. Just a moment. I'll share this. For those who are watching the recording, please forward it for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm just pasting this to the other platforms. Okay, I'm done. So, greetings everyone. Pranams to all. Okay, we have here YouTube also is running fine. Okay, so greetings to all of you. Warm welcome. What is today's topic? I actually didn't forgot to put a message there in the group. I put it now. हाँ तो ऐसे बोलो. हाँ हाँ बोलो बोलो. नहीं मैं अभी बाद में बात करता हूँ दूसरा कॉल पे हूँ. Okay, the settings sometimes gets missed out. Okay, fine. So today's topic is why am I, despite doing everything, why am I unhappy? I know this is everybody's situation of life. Wherever we look, wherever we go, this one thing is very common. I see this everywhere. All those whom I talk to, all those who come to me for any kind of suggestions or guidelines or help or whatever that is called. So, one thing that I commonly see is this particular thing, and everywhere. This is one particular reason why we are even seeking into so many things. Why we are even seeking into spirituality. I actually forgot to put a note into the group. Many must be sleeping now, sleeping time. So I won't be anyhow doing it much also today. Probably an hour or something, because tomorrow we have this program, Divine Presence, living in your divine presence. So I don't want to make it too late also, for you also and also for me also. So this is one question that comes wherever I go, wherever I see, and that is one reason I see that everybody is into spirituality also, because there is this intense seeking, trying to find out something or the other that can make them happy. And we all know this. When it doesn't happen in the world, we turn spiritual, seeking some solace, seeking some hope from spirituality. But then again, there also, if we do not have that clarity, it becomes very difficult. Just one second, there is some interruption. So the whole thing actually, if you see very, very, very clearly, is this urge to be happy. We want to be happy all the time. Somebody sent me a message today that after a program, not even a program, we had a beautiful session, 2 to 3 hours, I think, on Zoom. We are going to have that every weekend, so that everybody can pitch in. Close to 40 people were there that day, and many were openly discussing so many things, doubts and seeking clarity on life, on spirituality, and all that. So it was good. That day's session was very good. And it all these sessions are just not just what you call discussions or meetings or conversations. There's something more than that. Whenever, remember this, whenever we sit together, a deep a deep stillness happens if you are aware. If you Many of them know how to take benefit of it, because many of them do not just sit here for time pass. They know the benefit of satsang. They know what can happen in that satsang. So even if somebody is just sitting there, even if they are not much acquainted with the subject that we are talking about, most of the time it happens. Most of us know all the things, but many of them just sit there. They just need an opportunity. It's an opportunity to sit together and create this environment. So when we create this kind of an environment, obviously there is a rise in consciousness in the room. All can feel it if they are in awareness. So those who have been persistent and consistent on this path, and very consistent on all these practices that we are doing, will see these things happening. We'll see a lot of changes happening in their life, in their psychology, in their whole thinking, in the way they look at life. The perspectives change, even the quality of life changes. Now, these are not claims that I'm making, nor here I'm talking about some benefits and all those things. There's no need to talk about these benefits. I have never highlighted in a single post that if you do awareness, this benefits, your relationship will bloom, or you'll get more success, or it's not needed. More than all these things, my perspective is a little different, because I have seen, why does everybody run for health, wealth, success, relationships, career, children, family, business, all these things? Why do they want abundance, prosperity? Why? If you just see, today's topic is that to be happy, but they are unaware. Most of them are not aware that all this run that you're doing towards health, wealth, success, abundance, prosperity, relationships, blah 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 blah, is only to seek that little bit of happiness. And it's not that they don't get it, they get it, but it is not for long. So poor thing, after struggling, after doing everything, imagine the situation when you say that, you strive your slog out for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years towards a particular goal, and you achieve it, and only after then you come to know that it was not in that. Whole lifetime you run behind a single person or multiple persons, only to find out that this is not it. What a sheer disappointment. The disappointment comes because they are unaware. If only they become aware, just if only they become aware, why are they going behind anything in life? Today's subject is that. Why, despite doing everything that I do, I'm still not able to be happy? If one is just aware of why that do, why you're doing, despite all my doings, it's not there. So when somebody asks me this question, they are just asking with the same attitude or perspective that I didn't find it here, I went there. I didn't find it here, I went there. I did this, I did that. It was not in this, it was not in that. And finally, I am still empty. Now, with the same approach, they come and ask the question, why is it that despite all these things, I am unhappy? Same approach means I tried everywhere. I looked out here, here, here. Now, another question also is being asked, why? Means I tried for a job, I didn't get it. I got into a business, I didn't get it. I got into a relationship, I didn't get it. I had children, I didn't get it. I made my children happy, still I didn't get it. I got them married, but still I didn't get it. I did everything for my teachers, I didn't get it. I did for my parents, I didn't get it. I did for my spouse, I didn't get it. I did for my friends, I didn't get it. So why I didn't get it, didn't get it, didn't get it? If I didn't get it here, then I go there, then there, there, there. Same way the question also they come and ask person after person, or they're still seeking outside why am I not happy? Even the question also, they are still hunting it outside. Where is it that I'll get happiness? All that one person has to do is just become aware. If the more conscious you are, the more aware you are, the more life will open up to you, the secrets. All the secrets will be just open to you. Life, what is life? How to navigate through life? Everything will just open up. And once it opens up, you settle down with the things that will give you that happiness that can sustain for long. Or you sit down or simmer down into that direction where, if you proceed, you are definitely going to get that stillness, that happiness, that peace, that contentment. If you don't believe, ask the people who got it. There are many people in this world who have attained the peace and happiness and stillness and are very happy with what they are, how they are, what the world is, how the world is. Everything let aside, they are brimming in that joy and peace. When you have peace and stillness, contentment comes in. When you have peace, stillness, and contentment, happiness comes in. When you have all this, bliss comes in. So it's all about just becoming aware, not even seeking this question, not even seeking this happiness somewhere here, there, and all. I wouldn't even say, no, don't seek it there, seek it here. For this question, I wouldn't say, don't seek it here, there. Go and seek it in spirituality. Go and seek it in meditation. Go and seek it here, there. Even in spirituality, I wouldn't advise. I would just advise to become aware. Become completely aware of what are you up to in this life. What is this life all about? Get it very clear what the life is all about. How does life function? How long does it function? How does how are you functioning? How are your people functioning? If you just become aware of this much, all the answers will just start coming. But it is so difficult to believe this. To become aware and you get everything. What are you saying? Ask the people who have learned awareness and who are learning to become more conscious and who are becoming more still in peace and calm and enjoying the blissful states, even if it is temporary. Ask them. They will let you know. That is why even in this feedbacks, I definitely ask them feedbacks. I only go behind them. Okay, you have finished the program. Please, can you share some, take some 5 minutes and share some feedbacks? Why? Because when I speak, people don't believe these things. These things looks too kind of taboo. How is this possible? Maybe there is an agenda. What agenda can be there? In 3 years, I'm doing all. What agenda can be there? Same agenda I have got. Whatever it is, same topics I discuss. Same things I do. So the people who are consistently doing it will see this differences. The first thing that they will ever get it, clarity in life. Why all this running around here and there? No clarity. Because of lack of clarity only, this running around is there. So once you get clarity, one thing's open up. What the secret that I mean is nothing but clarity. All the secrets are nothing but clarity, crystal clear clarity, and the clarity is such that your conviction becomes 100%. कुछ शक ही नहीं रहा, कुछ गुंजाइश ही नहीं फिर. हिंदी आ गया. Somebody asked me, do Hindi. Tomorrow we have this session called Living in Your Divine Presence, where we are actually, it is for people who are learning awareness, because they write to me, we hear your videos, but there is no practice. What do you suggest? I said, then you always go into the seminars or webinars, because that is a place where we sit and we elevate and we do just that. Even the talks are in that manner, and it is very tangible and palpable. Ask the people who sit there in the satsang and experience it. And they are the people who write the feedbacks also. Look at the feedbacks. Even I think I've shared it in this link only. There is a link in this, the program link. Check it out. You will come to know what is it all about. And I'm not very overjoyed with this temporary kind of stillness that is coming, because that's a very natural thing, and this is not a new thing for me. I've been doing this now for a couple of years, and I've seen this happening almost all the time, not just in life. But my first practices were what I believe the Guru Mandal or Arunachala was getting me done through was, before I came live, I used to go to people's houses and sit, or rather, they would call me. So it is a two-way thing. Wherever I used to go, I used to sit. And sometimes I remember going to my friend's house or here or there. Morning, I arrive at their house, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and then we have breakfast, and then we sit. And where we are sitting for breakfast, my chair will be there, somebody's cot will be there, somebody's chair will be there, two, three people in the house. From after that breakfast time, after my bath and all, we have breakfast and we sit. Sometimes till night 8 o'clock it's going on. In between, some little food is brought in, or we order something because there's no time to cook. And I used to never know these things. I had no idea of what is all this. I just felt inclined to talk, and I used to pour. So there people used to sometimes doze, and all these things used to happen. So I used to feel it's boring. That is why people are going to sleep. And then I used to talk, but that they would not let grip also. They would want it to continue. Only later when I started doing these live, not even live, after live also, many, just few 1.5 year backs, I noticed that this kind of consciousness rising in just with that awareness talks. When you're talking anything in awareness, not just people, my awareness is to go up. And that is why I used to love to talk. That is why I do these activities also, because I have always told this is a sadhana for me, this is a practice for me. Whenever I do it, I am in elevated states, I am in a very deeply connected state. So I do this more often as a part of my practice also. But back then I didn't know, and it was just a couple of people and couple of homes wherever I used to go, and it went on for a long time. And so many subjects came in, so many topics came in, and we were talking everything under the blue sky, everything, anything and everything. So we used to have these discussions, and there were some good jigyasu friends of mine, very enthusiastic and very mature also. in these kind of topic, not the boring talks of spirituality or religion. Very deep, deep kind of talks. And then all the time we used to be on these topics, discussing. It was like reflection, contemplation on all these things. And even we used to sit and challenge many so-called truths of today's spirituality. जम नहीं रही है, ये जम नहीं रही है, इसमें कुछ गड़बड़ लग रहा है, ये ऐसे क्यों, ऐसे है तो ऐसे क्यों, ऐसे तो everything we used to sit and talk, and while talking so many things used to just come out. No idea from where, how, but it's just come out. And when it used to come out, it used to give clarity. That clarity for me also, it struck like so many times. Oh my God. I used to think, oh, so this is what it is. I was thinking all the time, and it's come from there. So all this was coming, only it took me some time to realize that it's coming from the space of awareness. It's coming from the Viveka, being able to discriminate things very sharply, so that even if the world fools me, I can still sharply see through that. Even if you're taken for granted, if somebody does something, even the most divine act or whatever, the buddhi is to be very active, and one cannot dodge the buddhi. Even myself, I used to be so cunning enough trying to think this way, that way, but my buddhi never left me alone. Immediately it used to catch. And that was a great practice for me, because, as I say, as you keep on holding on to the power of discrimination, the buddhi, the intellect, your viveka starts increasing. And when your viveka increases day by day, your unwanted things from your life will start moving out one by one, whether you like it or not. And you don't have to do anything consciously about it. It will just start dropping out of your life. Because why? Because everything you have clarity. Why do we hold on to things? Why are we stuck somewhere? Anything. You go into a relationship, not happy. You hold a wealth, not happy. You build up careers, not happy. Build up offices, business, not happy. You do everything in this world, not happy. So that not happy factor, the discrimination and buddhi shows. Why are you not happy? So you can't escape it, because you are a practitioner of sharpening your buddhi. Simultaneously, if you are very courageously and if you are very strongly and persistently doing it, simultaneously that same buddhi will start acting very clearly. It will show, it will answer you even if you did not ask the question. Why am I not happy? Even if you don't ask, it will say, you know why you're not happy? This. Even if you don't accept, it will stick onto it. That is your conscience, your awareness. That is the God within, what you call the inner light, inner guru, whatever you call that. When that gets activated, life becomes very powerful. Tomorrow's program is again all towards activation of that, living in divine presence. One by one, we practice and activate, practice and activate, practice and activate, until it becomes so sharp, the things start becoming very, very clear in your life. And with clarity comes peace, because most of the people are stuck in because they don't have clarity. No clarity why they got into the relationship. What do they want out of that relationship? What does the other person want from the relationship? What is happening? Where is it heading? Why did it begin? When it is going to end? How long this will go on? What is the reason for this going on? All these questions which are not asked will simply just start flowing the answers to all these questions. That will shock you. And when that clarity comes, you'll know what decisions to take, how, without being like a pendulum hanging all the time. Procrastination, don't know what to do. In every situation, you're stuck. Your courage goes down like anything. You don't have conviction. Why all this? No clarity. I still see people, simple things also, they come and ask me, what to do for this? Where is your intellect gone? I ask. Where is your discrimination gone? Oh, we have been this way. then practice awareness and sharpen that intellect, viveka. The more you practice your awareness, the more you sharpen your viveka. Is it all about sharpening your my viveka? No, much more than that. You cannot even fathom where are you heading with that, because the term awareness is such a simple word. Many times they say, "Oh, he's talking about mindfulness." No way. Mindfulness is very limited, very very limited. Its activities are still in the mind. It uses the mind, and it has nothing else got to do with your spirituality. Mindfulness has nothing got to do with spirituality. दूर दूर का नाता नहीं. अध्यात्म के साथ कोई रिलेशन नहीं है इसका. Today somebody asked, why are you not talking in Hindi? Your programs are in English. I said I have declared twice programs in Hindi, but nobody wants to sign up. And I see all the people who know English or are from the Western countries are more curious. They're very sincere people, I'm telling you. Very, very sincere, and they have a very deep seeking and they will chase it. Here in Hindi, we don't have that. It's more fanatical here, very, very fanatics. They're all fans just to that. You cannot relate to anything. They don't want to use their discrimination. They don't want to get into that. They don't want anything to be shaken from their lives. And so it's very difficult for them. That's okay, that's their choice. But I see a lot of people from the Western world who are not stuck in these cultures and traditions and all that stuff, all the conditionings. For them, it's very easy to get into this. Very, very easy. So I said I cancelled all the Hindi events because there were people in that. I requested them to move to the English. Previously also, for forgiveness program also, I wanted to do it in Hindi. For this also, I wanted to do in Hindi. This divine presence, because it's a very powerful program. This one, it will explain a lot of things about awareness and how simply in state of being you can achieve so much. With doing also, it's not possible, because most of the time in doing you screw it up. Because in the doing, ego is involved. So, and ego and mind, no guarantee. Because when you decide, when you see through your mind, when you think through your mind, when you implement through your mind, when you take decision through your mind, when you discriminate or judge through your mind, it's all the mind is what? Full of impurities. And through that impurities, if somebody is functioning, means somebody who is a doer. Doership means working through the mind and ego. They're bound to face a lot of issues in life. So that's a different story, that they take sometimes take a whole life to realize that, mm, this is where the problem is. But anyways, that's their wish. But this programs of moving into the being, then doing, I wanted to do in Hindi. So I had put those twice, and twice I took it off, because I can see the people, they like spiritual entertainment. One reason why you are not happy with whatever you do, because all the time you are entertaining yourself. So they like these kind of events where you sit and talk and talk and talk and talk and listen and listen. Shantona, santona, some hope. थोड़ा यहाँ से कोई राहत दे, कोई वहां से बोले कि सब ठीक होगा, सब अच्छा होगा, तुम ऐसे करो, ये करो, वैसे करो, प्रोत्साहन देते बैठो, और मैं करूं कुछ नहीं. I'll not do anything, but I'll take all the advices. I'll take all the. It's this is all talking business. काम न करने वाला मूर्ख नाम से जी बहलाए, मौला मौला लाख पुकारे, मौला हाथ न आए, शिवा शिवा लाख पुकारे, शिवा हाथ न आए। कृष्ण कृष्ण लाख पुकारे, शिवा हाथ न आए। जीसस जीसस लाख पुकारे, जीसस हाथ न आए। शब्दों से हम खेल रहे हैं, बातों से हम बहल रहे हैं, माना हाथ न आए। माना यानी मीनिंग, उसका मीनिंग, वो तत्व तो कभी हाथ में नहीं आएगा। बातों से खेल रहे हैं, इमेजों से खेल रहे हैं, फोटो से खेल रहे हैं, कुर्बतों से खेल रहे हैं, आइडल से खेल रहे हैं, नाम से खेल रहे हैं। कोई गुरु का नाम में ही खो खो गया है, कोई भगवान के नाम में, इष्ट के नाम में खो गया है। बस सांत्वना है कि कुछ है जिंदगी में, बस उसके आगे नहीं बढ़ना है। उस नाम को पाने की चेष्टा नहीं है, उस नाम की चेतना में जाने की चेतना, ये नहीं है, चेष्टा नहीं है। So there is no attempt to get into the consciousness of that. I'll speak in English. So that is why Kabir says, यही करते बैठो, नाम लेते बैठो, भजन गाते बैठो, पूजा करते बैठो, गुण गाते बैठो, तारीफें करते बैठो, सब करते बैठो, लेकिन काम मत करो। काम इज प्रैक्टिस। काम न करने वाला मूर्ख, नाम से जी बहलाए। काम न करने वाला मूर्ख, बातों से जी बहलाए। तो बातें बातें बहुत, और 2 साल मैंने सिर्फ बात की, और लोग बात सुने, बात सुने, मजा आया, सुने, चले गए, खाना खाए, सो लिए। सॉरी। और फिर आके पूछे कि ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, ऐसे क्यों नहीं हो रहा है। पीपल डू नॉट नो द वैल्यू ऑफ सच अपॉर्चुनिटीज, बिकॉज किसी ने परखा नहीं है, किसी ने चखा नहीं है। दूर से देखो, डिस्क्रिमिनेट करो, दूर से जजिंग करो, निकल जाओ, बस। क्या मिला जज करके? व्हाट डिड यू गेट? जजिंग जजिंग। So these are the simple flaws which we cannot even acknowledge. जिंदगी चल रही है, चल रही है, गाड़ी चल रही है, चल रही है। We just need assurances, which I don't give. I never give assurance. No flattery business. I've lost many people in this process of not flattering. Sometimes they ask me, they tell me nicely, and then when I tell them directly, they tell, "Oh, that's a rude answer. Goodbye." I say, "Tata." That's all you can get from anywhere. Because if we go everywhere seeking the answer that you want to hear, and that is what we have been doing all our life. We have gone everywhere, we have asked everywhere all the questions, but we are determined to hear only what we want to hear. And if even if it is not comfortable, I'm sure if you are strong enough, very influential, if you are very influential, many ways, power, prestige, money, whatever. If you are very influential, you can convince the other person to talk exactly as you want. What will happen in that? They might talk out of fear or greed. They might flatter you or praise you for not wanting to lose you, or maybe the greed of getting something out of you, continue getting something out of you. But both ends, nobody is benefited. Awareness shows all these things very clear. शब्दों से हम बहल रहे हैं, माना हाथ ना आए. So that's the reason I said no Hindi programs. Who are consistent, who are persistent, we are there for them. And we have people from Western countries like Tomorrow's session we have from India, Singapore, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Mauritius, Thailand, South Africa, USA. We have Washington, California, New Jersey, Houston, Texas. Now all these kind of places, and many times there are Westerners now, because they're not bothered in any damn thing. They just want to seep through their mind, understand the nonsense of the mind, understand what this whole plays about, the whole cosmos and this life and the whole thing that they're seeing about, because they can't make any sense about it. When they don't make sense, only they come into spirituality. I can't understand what is this life going on, such weird life. But when they don't get answers and then they come into such kind of program, they start getting their answers, and then it's clear to them, very clear to them. In fact, in Tiruvannamalai also, in July, I'm having a session with only the Westerners. One day they have asked for it. All senior guys, like 10 to 17 years, 10 to 17 years of living in Arunachala, Westerners. They understand the value of certain things, because I know nobody will just believe for that. Westerners will never believe. The hardest persons, they will never believe. They will want evidence out of it, they will want conviction out of it, and they will cross question, they will examine, they will investigate. Then only, they will not take anybody's word. Oh, you're talking, so you talk. No, they are the most difficult people to actually deal with in any manner, especially even in the spiritual arenas. And that's the pros and cons also there. It's their flaws also. It's a plus point and a negative point also. It's a plus point because they are very um, curious and very deep. They have deepening questioning, but at the same time, that knowledge and that too much logic only blocks them. So it is like finding a balance for them both. I realized after multiple meeting with all the Westerners. So in July we are having a 1 day satsang for them, whatever, wherever, whatever they can understand. And more than making me, I don't want to make anybody understand of these subjects about Arunachala and all that, because I don't feel I'm needed to. All my work is only about awareness, because that appeals to them. They say something is happening. So even in that something is happening, if they are in heightened state of consciousness, and whatever practice they do, they will start getting clarity there only. That's my whole intent. So it's not to change anybody from any practices or tell them what I have to do and all that. No way. Clarity, as I told you, clarity. When there is a lack of clarity, only all these problems in life happens. Why am I not happy in whatever I'm doing? Because I don't have clarity. Simple answer. I'm doing a job. I don't feel happy. You don't have clarity why you're doing the job. There is no crystal clear clarity about why should I need it? Why do I need it? Why am I doing it? What is the reason behind it? Am I really doing the job because I wanted to do the job, or is something else compelling me to the job? Or is it some need of mine, hidden need, that is seeking, asking me to do that job? Then you investigate in clarity and you have clarity and you understand that. Immediately it's like a puzzle that is solved. Then and there, which you have kept it pending for God knows how many eons. Just kept it pending for no reason, because you are not looking at where you are supposed to look at. You're looking everywhere, but where you're supposed to look, you're missing the whole point. And awareness will do that. Awareness will start opening up all these avenues, and this happens in all areas of life, worldly or spiritual. Everything there is clarity. I have had all these people from good professional engineers are there are doctors, there are lawyers who are investigating, charter accountants, investigating these things in their daily life at work and seeing, and they are telling me the outcomes of how things are. But more than the outcomes, they're not talking about success. All these well to do professionals, They are not talking anything about, oh, I'm having good success. Even I had a businessman whom I was talking to regularly, multi crore, multiple projects working on. But when he's doing the practice, he's not talking about, oh, the business is going better or things are going better. He's only telling me, now I have clarity on why I should not be doing all the things I've been doing extra. I know where to pull back, where to be there, where not to get involved. And that is bringing me so much of peace and spare time and energy for myself and my pursuits. And when that is happening, I'm seeing that my purpose is not to be in this business forever. Doctors have told that, professionals have told that, computer professionals, charter accountants have told the same thing, lawyers have told that the same thing. They're all telling about how clarity is coming in so many things, even in their professions. So, what's happening? Awareness is giving them clarity. And who asked them to look into those areas? Nobody. They never asked anything from that area. They just started practicing and they only started telling, now the clarity is coming in their profession, clarity is coming in their relationships. Some people have even identified their dead relationship with, they were thinking it's so wow. It's a wow. They were thinking they are going on very strong and nice. And because in India, there is a big belief that the longer you are together, the more success that togetherness is. Not really. So people celebrate their wedding anniversaries, 50 years, 75 years, all the jubilee celebrations. And everybody gives them a wow and all the gifts and so much of pampering, saying that, oh, you have come till here, the milestones. A happy married couple, not necessary. I've told this multiple times. Many of them are in the marriage because they are stuck. In today's world, you can see the marriages are just turning out bitter, and 50-60% of them just ending up in separation or divorce. And the rest, 50-40%, who can't go to that level, end up living together. There are so many factors, there are so many things. Maybe status. They're bothered about the status. What will happen to the family name or my name, or my parents' name, or this name, that name? Sometimes, most of the time, not sometimes, most of the time it is children. Oh, children are growing up, what to do, and it will affect their life. And many a times it is no other place to go. Stuck. Dependence is there on the other half. So you got to go. I've talked to so many, I'm telling you, so many, because maximum I do personal consultation, 60 to 70% are relationship problems. And from both men and women, both I hear this very clearly, what's happening in their lives. Though on the upfront, it might be something else. So I'm completely aware what's happening. Most of the time, it is faked out. It is fake. You have to show it off. Just as a big sacrifice that you do. Now, can you see there is no clarity in this? So when they learn awareness and then they suddenly, oh my God, I've been stinking for years. Never noticed this. Never noticed because never paused and looked at the place you had to look at. You always looked at the other person. You're seeing my environment is bad, my spouse is bad, my conditions are bad, my karma is bad, and so and so. Maybe, but you never looked into that state of awareness of why did you get into all this? Why were you thrown into all this? And spiritual people don't blame. And that person put me, this environment brought me. No more saying even my karma put me. Because then we are trying to escape that we are good and things bad happen to us. So many times in relationships also, when they have clarity, then something they can do. I don't advise them what to do. It's none of my business. My awareness, my business is to just look into how I can help them awaken and become aware and practice that. Then that light of awareness, whatever they shows in their life, that is their choice. Power of choice is theirs, whatever they do. I never have given anybody a direct answer in any of the sessions. Though they ask me, what can I do? What can I do? What should I do? So I'm no one to tell you. I can only tell you to become aware and how to be. I'll teach you that. You based on your own awareness, you look into those things, you improve your viveka, your discrimination, with your power of discrimination. You will see what is good in your life, what is bad in your life, and what's happening, why it's happening, and how can you get out of it, and what you have to do. Because these are all very sensitive matters, and I don't want to get into all this muck. So people only come and tell me after doing this happened, and I saw this thing in clarity, I did this in clarity, and I've decided to this way. Is it right? I said, don't ask me. I don't know. Practice awareness, that's what I'm telling you. That's all. I don't know about your personal matters. Then they go disappointed, they keep on practicing, then they have clarity. Finally, after some time, they take, I took this decision, I made this decision, and this, I am now relaxed. This kind of thing is happening. And then they start pursuing the product of that awareness. What is awareness? Awareness is you. You are pure awareness. The property of your soul. If you ask what is the property, what is the quality of your soul? It's awareness. What is the construct of your soul? It's awareness. What is your soul made up of? Pure awareness. So when you seek your soul, what will it seem like? When you become aware of that soul, pure awareness. Awareness becoming aware of itself. This is a very deep concept. I'm not talking just like that. I don't want to confuse anybody. But I'm telling you, you don't know where this awareness will lead you to. You start practicing even for mundane things. Even for something like, oh, let me have clarity in life. I want to study well and I want to use awareness. I want to be little stress free and I want to use all this for all these mundane things also. But slowly, you don't know. It will free you from not just the mundane things, but eventually it will free you from what you are bonded and what you came to get free of. That is the repeated cycles of birth and death. It goes to that extent. It will free you from your stuckness in punarpi janmam punarpi maranam, again birth and rebirth, the cycle of birth and death. It will free you because this cycle of birth and death has brought you here even today. You have been you have been stuck in this wheel, giant wheel of karma, cause and effect, bringing you multiple births, and every birth you come, every birth you suffer. You have pleasures also, it's not a big deal, but with pleasure there is pain also. And most of the time when pleasure pain ke chakkar mein, for a little pleasure you get into it, and then you see your life has become a pain, all because of that greed or desire. Desire is nothing but greed. It is just like a flame is lit in a dark room and flies are flying around it. That's desire. Desire to go near that light, that fire, because that fire attracts them, that illumination attracts them. So both positive and negative things you can see perspective in this example. Flyer, look at the flies. It will go and it will touch the flame. It will touch the flame. It will touch the flame. Because the moment it goes and because of the light, it wants to go and touch. But when it touches the heat, it immediately hits back. So all microsecond this activity is happening until finally it dies in the flame. This is what exactly happens when you get into the samsara. It might look very luring and attractive, but it will kill you. Samsara will keep on killing you because that will keep on bringing you again and again. This see the cycle of you go, you are ejaculating out of this whole thing, and then you are back. The rubber band pulls you back. The gravity pulls you back. So the more faster you shoot out, the same gravity pulls you back. Why that lure? You go till far and then you can't. You come back again, you come to the fire. So when you repeatedly do this, punarapi janmam, punarapi marna, the lower aspect is you get extinguished in that, in the fire, in the ocean of desires. Desires kill you. And in the positive aspect of the same analogy, what I'm talking right now, that illumination of that flame that you are, pure awareness, that is what keeps on pulling you back. You go away from the flame, away from the light. It will something will make you, it will pull you back. What pulls you apart? The ego, the body consciousness. It pulls you apart. And then your soul consciousness pulls you back. The fly comes and hits and hits. So every time you come back, and when you come back, you have a glimpse of spiritual experience or something. And that glimpse enlightens you. But again you lose it, and then you go up, away back into the Vishayavasana, samsara. And when you go, sooner or later again you return back. So this happens punarpi janmam, punarpi marnam. You are coming back because you have got to come back to the flame. That is your purpose of human birth. To achieve that flame, to become one with that flame. Because what is this getting burnt every time is the ego that gets burnt every time, little by little. And one day the whole ego dies down and the fly merges with the light. That's a good example. Both ways. So this is how the whole drama of life keeps moving again and again. Yes, as I told, those glimpses what you have, those glimpses are something, when people come and want to join, like even the webinars or retreats, there's something that pulls in. They know something is there, and when they come, they have that kind of an experience. That is that awakening. And once, even if you practice even from your home that awareness things, and once you see how that light of illumination is changing the whole perspective of life, it is like the fly coming and getting a little glimpse. You will be prompted to come back again and again and again and again and again until you find fully extinguish. Now somebody asked me a question again. Yeah, I was talking that time. Thursday we had a open discussion session. I do that in Zoom. If you are interested, you can sign up. I'll put that link here, right? I think I forgot to put that link here. Yeah, I'll put the link here. Just 1 second. All that you got to do is just join in here. Yes, I've saved it in the description itself. So it's like these things are reminders. There are a lot of reminders, all these sessions, what we do every time that I try to come online live. These help as a reminder. Somebody said, because I see somebody ईद का चांद जैसा, आज ईद का चांद है, वाह, तो आज चांद दिखा आपको ऐसा. कुछ seekers I see on shifting into awareness, or they come back only when they have problems. Otherwise, they have forgotten. Everything is forgotten. What they learn, what they, everything is forgotten. So when they have a problem, they will come. Once in a blue moon, one Ramadan night, they will come and put in messenger. How do I deal with this problems of life? Speak something about it. जैसे यहाँ आपकी फरमाइश चल रही हो कि कोई आया, बटन दबाया, रेडियो दबाया और बोले कि चलो गाओ, ग्रामोफोन लगाया, चलो गाओ, एंटरटेन करो. One day we were having a Zoom session last week, and after I think 1 hour, I was talking very serious subject, very very seriously. I was talking about some spiritual entertainment and all those things. How we are fooling ourselves in all this. And when I was saying that, the admin, the organizers, there are two three hosts. So one of them sent me a message from inside. Can I think time to pep up the room? Can we have a bhajan? Actually, the whole room was pepped up, I know, because the people were only increasing there and nobody was leaving and they were catching it. But probably this person was not liking the subject that I was talking, because sometimes it hurts when we hear these things. Inside, we know I am living that kind of a hypocritical life. Then I can't take it. Then I say, change the subject, change the topic. I flared up and I said, I'm not here to entertain you. No bhajan. Why should I sing bhajan for you? जब आए ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे दो, मैं दे दिया, और एक भजन गाओ, भजन गा लिया. अब नाचने बोलो तो उठ के नाचूं? जी बहलाएं, जी बहलाने को बैठे हैं. And I said, I don't care if I don't care a damn if you don't call me here on your sessions, but I will talk here. And if you want, you can stop this right now. You can hold this event itself right now. I don't care, but I will talk what I have to talk, because I'm sure I'm not here to entertain you guys singing a bhajan and all that stuff. So when we were doing the Tirunamalai retreat, also somebody said, "Jacob भाई, one भजन हम लोग वो भजन करेंगे." I said, नाम नहीं लेना भजन वजन का यहाँ पे. जो करना है आप करके आ जाओ यहाँ पे. We are talking something else. सब तरफ वही आपकी फरमाइश, भजन गाओ. वासना है just to keep ourselves entertained. When it comes to time to dive deeper into ourselves, we don't want that. Superficially, we want entertainment, spiritual entertainment. Damn it, I want. I don't know they will call me next time or no. Every second Wednesday they call me Ajay bhai and all that. If they call, it's fine. Nahi call to nahi. It's all fine. Because when you break that shell, only what you are seeking you will get. Otherwise, there is no point. So such a huge waste of time. That is why, how many lifetimes do you want to get stuck in this? How many lifetime? I ask people, sometimes on their face, and they're shocked and stunned like a leopard is there and somebody has hit a torch on their face and frozen. How many times you want to get stuck in this same nonsense of life, doing the same nonsense again and again, suffering the same sufferings, and then cribbing and brooding over it, and then blaming everybody in this world except yourself. Not ready to learn the lessons, get the messages from there. How many janmas are you going to do this? How many janmas you must have gone and asked? Every janma you must be asking somebody to sing a song or dance for you, but never diving deep. So that is one reason I keep this group very serious, very authentic on that matter, and very focused on what we are here for. Somebody in Ramana Ashram, I read this. Bhagwan Ramana was sitting. Somebody came and there was some problem in the ashram. Some politics, something was going on. So there were many disciples. One disciple was sitting close to Bhagwan Ramana. Then some incident happened. So he was also concerned, little bit concerned. Oh, what to do about the ashram? Something, it might bring a bad name or something like that. He got up and he went to check out things in a very good intention. Bhavana Shuddha. Bhagwan Ramana immediately, it seems, immediately, he called him and he asked, what happened? He said, no, I'm going to. He said, please stick to what you have come here for. That is not your business. Please stick to what you have come here for. Man couldn't understand. He said, why did you come here? I have come for Bhagwan's grace. Then he said, then stick to all that will get you to that. It was a rude thing for him, but it was timely. Because that is what I'm trying to say. We forget the purpose of our life. What we have come to do here, we forget. Instead of doing that, we'll do everything in this world. But that which you came to do. That's what Ramana said. You are getting into everything, but what you've come here to do, you're not doing. In one ashram when I went, one Swamiji was telling, lot of activity. Seva projects are going, building projects are going on, donation things are going on, bhandaras are going on. Everything, visitors are coming, programs are being conducted, books are printed, hundreds of them. Continuously it's going. And visitors are coming, they have their rooms, they come, they will sing bhajans, kirtans, they call it kirtans. Kirtan happen. Then in the morning, afternoon, evening, there are 3 times puja happening in their temples. Everything is happening. It looks like so brimming with spiritual activity. But when I was sitting there, I was not concerned with all that. I was there to meet the Guruji of that ashram, and we were having nice talk. And then some of his disciples were there, devotees and all. They were also there in that same room we were sitting in. And they were all engrossed in this only, this program, that program, this to do, that to do. And this Guruji had just come from his meditation. And he came and joined. He was in his own mood, not ready to talk. Slowly he was talking something. And then I looked at him. He was sitting very calm. Everybody, all halchal, halchal, halchal. This program, that day they had some program there. So everybody is running around. And that Mahatma looked at me, probably like he understood. And he said, यहाँ ध्यान छोड़ के सब होता बेटा. Ashram. I laughed, he laughed, topic ended. Because not a new thing that I've seen. ध्यान छोड़ के सब होता है means apart from meditation everything happens here in this place. And he said I am the only meditator. ध्यान करने वाला एक मैं मात्र मैं ही हूँ. So we can see even in the best of places we can get lost. I remember my own Gurudev. I don't know if appropriate to tell this, but okay, I will not go into too much details, but superficially I'll tell you. Exactly like this, some problem was happening while I was in the ashram. I was very concerned, very upset because I didn't want it to harm my master or anything in his name. And I thought if I can help in some way. I tried to pitch in, but I was little weakling there. Powerful people. I couldn't get anything through that. Without the knowledge of my master, because he didn't assign me that. My ego, my understanding, I went into that. And then when it did not work, I was very frustrated, very, very upset. And went and I was sitting in meditation at night at around 7:38. I sat at a place where which was the favorite spot of my Gurudev there. I'm not going into much details because I don't want to reveal anything there. Just superficially, I'm telling you. So sat in that spot and I was meditating at 8 o'clock, and all my irritation, frustration, I had my anger was there, my tear was there, everything mixed reaction was going on. And there was a Shivalinga in front of me, and I was connected very deeply to it, and I was just trying to heal the whole situation, praying and healing the situation. It went for about 15-20 minutes in complete intensity, and then I somebody tapped on my shoulders. I looked, it was a man who worked in the ashram. He said, "Go urgently, Gurudev is calling." I looked at the time, 8 o'clock. Said, he never speaks at this hour. Never heard him. Said, what happened? We don't know. Urgently, he's told, urgently come. I ran. And he was sitting there alone in the room. When I entered, he looked at me and he said, tomorrow you're going to another place. Again, I'm not taking names. You're going to another place. Leave immediately. To that place, there is some work there. Please handle it. I said, okay. No questions asked. I said, okay, Gurudev. I just wished him and I was turned my back and I was leaving. When I reached the door and he said, aur suno. I said, and okay, listen. I turned back. Ji Babaji. He said, ye healing willing mat karna. Jao. So he was completely aware that of my frustration, what I was trying to do there. He called me and said, don't do this. What he was doing was exactly this. When I read this from Ramana's text, I remembered this incident. He was telling, mind your own business. Your business here too is to seek yourself, not get entangled in all this. And then I said, oh my God, why did I even think of it? Because if I take that responsibility in my hand, it means that he is incapable of it or he doesn't know about it. Whereas he is very fully capable of it and he knows everything about it, but he is not touched by it. He is not put his hands into it. And he wouldn't like his disciple to put his hand into it. Simple. Same subject what I am telling right now. We put our hands into every nonsense without minding our own business. What is our business? To realize the self. That we don't do. We get into everything in this world. So that tattva, the Guru tattva will, or the Param tattva will, the divine tattva will always only remind you this. Your actual business, mind your own business. Nothing else it will talk about. My Gurudev never discussed about it in myself because first of all, I was not meant for that. In the front end, I was in the front end for many years and I had a lot of quarrels with many people because I used to go with this kind of approach only. If something is wrong, I will openly talk about it, whoever it is, big shots and all that. and then they started creating problems. So there also, he was never happy with. So sometimes it will feel like, oh, it is so impressive to do all this shurveer work. Never interested. He's to immediately dispose of and put me back on whatever task I was on. But I used to not listen. This ऐसे आदत थी to go on again and again. Many problems. Finally, he had to move me out of the front to the back end office. And he told me one thing very clearly. Look, this will affect your practices within. You're not here for all that. Don't put your head into all these things. You won't be able to handle it. Yes, I was not able to handle it because head on, that's not how it's handled. Many things. It has to all be handled very compassionately and very in a detached manner, which I was not ready for at that time. So today, when I look into those examples, I know here also in life also, apart from the main goal, don't get carried away with anything else. Because if I get carried away, then I don't have clarity on my path. What I've come here to do, I don't know. And when I don't have clarity, I will get lost into all these things. And that will bring me disappointments. That will bring me frustration, angers. That will bring me again more and more karmas, unwanted happenings, unwanted adding into my karmic accounts, unwantingly increasing my birth and death cycles. So if I'm very conscious about it, aware about it, why would I want to get into all that dirt? So the day I had clarity, I pulled back from everything. And that brings me peace. That there is a different contentment, there is a different happiness, which I never had before when I was fully into this world and all the stuff. So that person came to me once in a Eid Ka Chand and said, talk about this. Why don't you talk about this? Something about this. Then the same thing. बाजाऊं क्या? बजाओ और तुम. I don't mind somebody who's asking me thousands of questions, who's practicing, whom I can see practicing, whom I can see the seriousness. No problem. There I can, and that is what I do. I sit for hours with them, explaining in depth. And that session we had on Thursday, 2 to 3 hours, which I sent to many of you who are not yet signed up there also, but to see how the clarities are, certain things of all the clarity, and they appreciated that clarity that comes in through awareness when the room is in awareness. So this person wrote to me just yesterday, what should I do with this plan? I said, you're not looking into my videos or whatever I'm trying to share because I've answered the same question multiple times in multiple different ways. And she answers me saying, I don't have the time for 3 hours, 3, 4 hours. Instead of sitting for 3, 4 hours, it's very hard for me to sit for 3, 4 hours. Why don't you give me a little explanation right now here? With such kind of an approach, sure shot, there will never be solutions in life. These are all smashan vairagya type of activities. And this is something where you want things halwa jaisa. You want so shortcut. You want things, everything, solution just to be presented in front of me. And that ego consciousness is so much that you feel that anywhere you can go and demand what you want. Because probably we have been brought up that way. We go and demand from the parents, zid karo mil jata hai. और घर पे फैमिली पे जिद करो मिल जाता है. So we believe that anywhere you go and throw little tantrums and you will get it. Now there will be tantrums if that person hears this, but I'm sure that person will not hear it because anyhow 3 years, 3 hours and all is too bothersome. That person wants only. I have only what do you call that? Uh, a limitation. Something is called where you can only uh, be there for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Something it is called some capacity. Like in YouTube they say or Facebook they say if you want to keep your public in speaking, retention period, attention period or retention, something it is, attention period. So it says attention period is for first 20 seconds and it goes still up to 3 minutes. After that the attention span, that's the word, is lost in a person. So whenever you start any video, you start with the most thing that can keep the audience engaged for 30 seconds and then extend that little more for another 3 minutes, and once you have held the audience, then you can come into the main things. And if you see my videos, I do exactly the opposite. First 2 minutes I'm looking into my mobile and searching and posting it here and there. I know when you will come, go, what is happening, who cares, who wants it they will stay, simple as that. These are filters for me. So I didn't reply anything. What to reply? When there is a problem you come, and I saw the chat also. There also there is all questions and answers and many have answered. So that habit ho gaya, like anytime I have a problem I'll come and answer, you answer me, but I will not get into the practices. And here I'm teaching how you can have your own answers. Why do you go every time to somebody? No, I don't have the time. Oh, you don't have the time, then hire somebody. Give me a salary and keep me. I'll be there to give you your answers to your questions. Give me a monthly salary. People try to do that. Huh? People have told me, you are the only person who will tell me on the face whatever it is. So I appreciate that. For everybody, I'm so and so, but you will tell me on the face, because sometimes I have to keep my ego also down. I have to keep my ego in check, and at least I'm happy somebody is keeping that check, and because of you I come to know that. I highly appreciate you in my life. Thank you for being what you are. Thank you for saying what you are. It helps me a lot. Now that person did not expect this kind of a reaction from me, which I was disappointed, and I said no way. I didn't tell the person directly, but I said go hire somebody else. So you see a person of awareness, and you are flattering that person and telling, oh, I'm glad to have you in my life, so blah 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 blah, and praise you so much, so that you continue to provide awareness to that person. I said go. I said, when are you going to activate your awareness so that you can see your ego? To see your ego, do you think you need to put somebody on salary and keep that person, and that person keep on telling you and reminding you about your ego? What foolishness is that? This is how we function. This is how we function. The whole approach is in that manner. And we have a lot of time. I have a lot of time. Whenever I'm doing my work, I have a lot of time. I spend good and sink into that work and I talk and all that. Now, if somebody doesn't have patience, please get up and go. I always say it's not meant for you, and you're not going to get it also. That thing, what is there? Because what we are talking is not in the talking. Very few realize that. It is nothing in the talking. It is being there, receptive in total awareness. That's it. Rest all what has to happen will happen. But if somebody is just talking about बातों से, शब्दों से हम खेल रहे हैं, माना हाथ ना आए, मीनिंग हाथ नहीं आया, शब्दों से खेल रहे हैं, शब्दों से हम बहल रहे हैं. So if somebody comes in that kind of a mode of entertainment, they will obviously feel bored. Then they will want a bhajan in between. Sing a bhajan, tell a joke, otherwise एक चुटकुला बोल दो बीच में. ताकि हमको थोड़ा गुदगुदाए और थोड़ा हमारा नींद हट जाए. Can you see the nonsense that the whole mind gets into? This is spirituality, what we are telling. So here we will not listen or have talks on those kind of subjects, all the flattery, like the TV shows, fake, completely fake, manipulatory television, soap operas, soap, soaps, yeah, serials. Obviously, we cannot expect that here, because if we expect that here, then gone. Case worldly life at least is gone only, frustrated, unhappy. Spiritual life also will go that way, and you can see many people's life is going that way because nobody wants to be awake, nobody wants to be aware. All are clinging to something or the other, all of fear, fanatics. भगत बन के कुछ नहीं होता. My guru used to always say, मैं भगत बनाने नहीं हूँ, साधक बनाने आया हूँ. Used to tell. This path is that way. भगतगिरी से कुछ नहीं चलता. Even Ramana Maharishi used to tell his disciples, don't think that you are doing a big Guru Seva by serving me physically here around. All the time, if you're looking at my physical need, that is not my Seva, that is not my service, that is not the Guru Seva. So, Guru Seva is when you bring in the teachings in your own life and transform your own life, and then you become an example to the others around you. Then you are doing the proper Guru Seva. This is what Ramana said. Whereas if we are not awake, not alert, not conscious, we will run around the physical body of the Guru thinking that we are doing seva, and then fight and have politics, and then all those dramas and what we do in the world, that also will be done. And this goes on through all the Gurus, you see, not just one or two, all. The fight is that I will serve you first, I will serve you closely, I will press your feet, only I can press your feet, only I can touch your feet. Nobody else touch your feet. For them, no rules. But if somebody else break the rules, they'll break their bones. Not understood even the kindergarten aspect of spirituality yet. Very difficult. Very difficult. Because the approach itself is wrong. What can happen? Ramana used to say, because people used to say it's their bhav, feeling, emotions. That is how many people justify their wrongdoings, saying it सब कुछ भाव रे. भाव है, भाव देखो, भाव मेरा ऐसा था, ऐसा बोलना ही गड़बड़ हो गया. When you say only it is my bhav, there only the bhav has gone wrong. The moment you say only, there is a flaw there that can be seen very clearly when you justify there. Because if somebody's bhav is there, they will not even talk that it is my bhav. Talking itself is justification giving, and that is not the purest bhav. We can have one session on bhav re. We'll talk hours on that. My guru used to also say, you can talk for days on just that word bhav re. So deep it is. And here Ramana used to say, never give any bhav per bhav. He never gave any importance to bhav. He used to say bhavatitam. Go beyond the bhav. This whole path that I'm talking here about Arunachala Tattva, what Ramana Maharshi talked about, is bhavatitam, trigunarahitam. Then after that, all that phrases. But these two are there. All the Sadguruntam Namami, all that is later. You will not understand this Namami to the Sadguru if you don't understand these two words. Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam. Triguna Rahitam. Beyond even the Triguna. Gunatitam. Bhavatitam. So all these subjects what we are talking here is to go to that, and there we are not yet ready. We are still stuck in this basics so much, and not even stuck. It's complete ignorance what we're not even approaching that bhav and all those things also in the correct, the seva, guru seva, what it is, what is the actual bhav. We're not there, only mistakes are there. And if, what makes us continue the mistakes? Unawareness. When you're not aware, you do all this mistake. When you're aware, you can catch it and rectify it. So if you're not aware, not even God can save you. You will continue doing all those things and justifying the things, and that is what makes you happy, unhappy, I mean. And then people say, I have done in spirituality, I have done this, I have been in spirituality, I have done this, I've done that, so much of doing, but still I'm not happy. Is there anything? Now now I'm doubting my goal. Now I'm doubting my path. Now I'm doubting my guru. Now I'm doubting the scriptures. Now I'm doubting the whole religion. I'm doubting the whole spirituality itself. Yes, you will doubt everything, but not yourself. Because unawareness can do all these things. And who's going to stop? If somebody is unaware and they even blame the whole thing and they say everything is false except me, who can stop them? They will go with that. Now, can you see the importance of awareness? What is awareness? That is why that Himalayan yogi told me, awareness, जागरूकता है तो जिंदगी है, उसके बिना शव है, जिंदा लाश है सब, जागरूकता नहीं है तो. Mahapurusha told me in Himalayas while I was in Rishikesh. So somebody was having that experience on the Thursday, which we kept that session. There's so much of clarity. Every Saturday, I'm planning to keep it. If I'm available, if I'm in retreat or traveling somewhere, I won't be able to do it. We'll do it on some other day. But I think that is the most appropriate time because everybody in the Western world couldn't make it that day. It's very difficult, I know, understand. But then on the Indian time also, clock also, weekly days, it is very difficult to keep it earlier because everybody is having work. So Saturday, I thought, like this time. Today is Saturday and this time. Today I thought I'll spend it here and instead of going to Zoom, because those who do not know yet may want to join that Zoom. So what we are talking like this, I won't be talking much here now. We'll be clearing all the doubts, and there you can always ask any questions that you want relating to your life or to spirituality or the practices or about awareness mainly, or deeper tattvas or about the self realizations and the clarity on all these things. Anything that is bothering you, you can always ask questions. If you think it's too personal, then in the Zoom there is a direct message that you can send me, so I can read it there, and whatever direct message comes, I'll keep it anonymous. I didn't know it. Now I know that feature very well. I used to say think everything is same. Now I saw that it's a direct message which comes directly to me. Nobody can see it. So there I can answer, but I'll not be able to answer on your mobile phones, or because there also everywhere there is messages. Everybody has a lot of questions and things. And when I tell them come to the Zoom session and ask them, so no time for that. I only ask one thing: if you do not have time for yourself, how can somebody have time for you? How can somebody else, how do you expect somebody else to give you time when you don't have time for your own life, your own self? I said nothing doing. If you want, come there, join there, Zoom. That's only the people who want to spend time, वो जिसको पिसना है अच्छे से, they want to get deep into it and understand it, who are very serious about their spirituality, will sit there. Otherwise, you can keep फरमाइश करते हुए. I'm not going to entertain any of that. So that's the reason. If anybody wants to join, there is this link there, shiftingintoawareness.com/join. I've put it in the description. So when you do that join, you come into this, you leave your number behind there, and I'm going to add you into the WhatsApp, not into a public group. Nobody's number is revealed, no group discussions and all that. Only thing, when I put it in a broadcast message, So all your numbers are having privacy there. Nobody can see each other and all that. So whenever I'm giving any updates or any message or any clarity, or even these updates on live or any webinar program, whatever those things are, or any codes or anything that is interesting that I'm putting in there, it will go to everybody in the broadcast. So it will come like a personal message to you. That's all. So that's to keep everybody updated on this, because the complaint was we don't understand, we never get notification when your live comes, when your program comes. And I am not yet very fancy about this websites and all. My website, there is a lot of work to do. I'm still running on Google Forms there, which is very complicated for me at least, to look and verify and things and all. I know it's for you also. So let me fix up those things once. Now I have the enough catch to do that. I'll do that. But till then, whatever this. So anyways, it's all about what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to do is to bring a platform, spiritual entertainment there. So very few souls will come there, I know, and I'm absolutely fine with it. Whom I can serve the best in this manner, I will do that maximum. My life goal is only that. So because that's the path that I am walking, and as I am walking the path, and if I'm seeing clarity in my path, whatever I see, however things are opening to me, whatever Arunachala's grace, Guru's grace, whatever is opening to me, I like to share it with the people who are walking the same path. And if we are all walking on the same road, in the same direction, very importantly, and at the same pace, that's also very important, then we can catch up with it. There is so much things happening. So when we had that Thursday session, somebody wrote to me saying that I had a blissful experience. Many wrote on that. But then I said, this was not even a webinar, it was just a session. And person said that next morning when I wake up, I'm woken up in blissfulness, complete blissfulness. Let me just read it. It will be very clear. Yeah. It says, after the last discussion session on Thursday, for 24 hours I was in total spell. The moment I got up in the morning was aware of the presence effortlessly, and there was a wheel of peace and meditativeness throughout the day that lasted till about 11:15 p.m. Listened to Nirvana Shatakam a number of times overwhelmingly. Was not being the feeling the doership of anything. Everything was happening so very spontaneously, as if I was flowing through the whole day. And then person says, had a taste of being effortlessly in the being, already missing it now. Please answer in one of your sessions, what is it that makes it come and go away? So I thought, okay, baat karte karte I can answer this also here. So these kind of glimpses you will have if you are very serious on the path. And if you are a serious practitioner of awareness, you will get into all these things, zonked out zones, and completely overwhelmed by because this is what you call as growth, the path. And your growth should be evident to you. This is what I always say. Whichever path you walk, the growth should be evident to you. And what is the first evidence that you get to know is that you become more and more free. Ramana was asked once, how do you know if you are making, how does one seeker know if they are making progress? And Ramana said in two different answers to two different people. First he said was perseverance. The more you persevere on this path without easily giving up shows that you are already making progress. Perseverance means consistency. Come what may, ups and downs, whatever, but you are going in that direction very firmly. So he says that perseverance is a sign that you are progressing, because only those who are progressing will keep persisting. Rest all will tumble down. And to another person, he said, the thoughts, number of thoughts will reduce. So less and thoughts, less and less and less and less and thoughts will happen. And then you are seeing that it's a thoughtless zone. And that is what this person wrote here. For the first time, perhaps And the person had this experience that after waking up also, and what happened the previous night was nothing in that Thursday session, 2 to 3 hours. That's what I said. If you just connect with the words, you won't catch it. Even this live sessions, there are few who know the importance of this. There are few who just sit in meditativeness while these kind of sessions are going, and a few are there who complain it is 3 hours. If you feel okay, 3 hours we can be in that meditativeness, and few say I want all thing to happen in and all things to fall into my feet in just 3 minutes. But these kind of episodes keep happening and going away. These episodes are not still the purpose of what you are walking the path. Being blissful for some time, being zonked out for some time, being in a trance for some time, being in meditativeness for some time, being non-doership in the non-doership mode sometimes. These are all glimpses that you are getting towards your permanent state in the future. And glimpses means progress on the path. These glimpses are inspirations on the path. They will motivate you to do it more and more. But do not be greedy for it. I repeat, do not be greedy for it. In other sessions also, I used to very clearly explain, when people used to say that when you sit with any kind, I used to tell them, when you sit with any kind of expectation in your meditation, you will see that it doesn't work. Or any of your sadhana practices, you sit with any expectation that it should give me health, it should give me wealth, it should give me this, it should give me that, and then you sit to do it, you will not get connected to that tattva in that way you should get connected, because you are connected to the lower things. Phala prapti, ichha prapti, you are stuck in that. And when we are stuck in the phala, fruits, which is completely prohibited in the spiritual path. Lord Krishna says, Karam kar phal ki chinta na kar. This is what he is telling. Never aim for the fruits. Upadeshasaram goes and dwells deeply in that, even telling that fruits to chodo, fruits are not in your hands, even the karma is not in your hand. You think you are doing that karma also you are not doing. And forget the fruits. Fruits also, what you think will not exactly be what you are thinking. Upadeshasaram remains. And that we have all seen. Whatever Dhrida Sankalp also you take, you see it will not be exactly the way you want, or it might come, it might not come, it might come half, it might come not. Because there are many factors to all this. Upadeshasaram, if you have not done it, do it. Perhaps next month I'll do it again. You can join at that time. Next month we are doing Kalagnana. Kalagnana is where Lord Shiva explains to Parvati, or the Shakti aspect, the whole secrets, which is known as the final Upadesha given by the Lord Himself to the most highest seeker, the most worthy seeker, his consort, Parvati. Why do we call Parvati is worthy? Because she has come to that ripeness to understand the final goal of life, and she is seeking nothing but that. She is asking some questions to Shiva, and the way Shiva answers, who's Shiva? Your consciousness. Who's your Shakti, your Chit? It is a conversation between the Sat and Chit. I'll explain how. It's not, you'll not find it in any books also. You check it out, you'll not find it. There are many deep things happening there. So that I want to do that in on May 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 4 days, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6 May. For 3 hours every single day. If you are interested, you can join. And we will be meditating, reflecting, just like Upadesha Saram on that. And there I've kept many very reasonable charges, so you can't complain also, it's too much. For 4 days. The most least amount that you needed to contribute is just 222 rupees. I think so. And I don't remember how many in dollars, but very less I have kept. That is for the commitment charge. It is nothing in exchange of money exchange. If you call energy exchange, it's nothing. It's meager. But at least that commitment is what is seeking there. If you have the commitment to sit for 4 days, 3 hours, you can join. You'll find it on shiftingintoawareness.com/events. If you go to the events, you'll find that Kalagnana. This was also revealed through Arunachala, through Bhagavan Ramana by Arunachala himself in Tiruvannamalai. I read this around 2 years back, but now when I read it, it's a completely different thing. So I said I did a YouTube also on that live before, but that was nothing. That I was almost just reading it out of the book. This time when I looked at it, it's something else. I said we'll do it. So if you're interested, you'll understand. You'll have crystal clear clarity of what we are talking about in the spiritual path. You need not trust what I am saying. That is why I'm taking a reference of the books. I'm not a fan of these books, and let me tell you that. I'm not a fan of scriptures. I'm reading it only for people. Because whenever I before reading these scriptures, I'm telling you, I've talked about this. And I didn't have any idea. But now when this, like, uh, Anantit Maharaj in Uttarkashi told me, keep doing this because what you're speaking is again from the content from the Upanishads only. I said, what are you saying? He said, you don't know it. But that's what it is. It's meant to be that way. But you must do it. Because पैंट शर्ट वाले जो दुनिया है, तुम भी पैंट शर्ट वाले हो, be in that world. They will understand it better because you know their language and they know your language. So you can communicate these truths very deeply. This is what Anand Tirth Maharaj told me in Uttarkashi. And very fortunately, I had just sent him a message a few days ago. Maharaj, where are you? I'm missing you. And he said, no, I'm not there. I thought he's somewhere in Narmada Tat. So I said, I want to come and meet you, just to meet you. I thought somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. I said, I'll come. He said, no, 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 no. This month I'm little busy and I'm not there in MP. I'm in Kerala. And I said, Swamiji, I'm coming to Kerala this month. I have a retreat there in Kanyangal. He said, we'll catch up then. So hopefully I'm going to meet him. Hopefully, I don't know. He's a very busy man. He's always traveling, not in one place, moving. Let me catch up with him, try, because something must have, see, again, both are in Kerala at that time. So I said, okay, fine, we'll meet. So he had told me, keep doing these things. It will be conveyed through, because he told me about his guru also the same thing. His guru had taught him Vedanta. He learned for 22 years in Uttarkashi, one of the oldest ashrams in Uttarkashi, that is on the banks of river Gange. And there he told me that his guru had sent him out after 22 years. He said, now you go, you're learning. He said, why should I go? He said, go as a Parivarajaka, wanderer. Go into the world. Because now when you go into the world and when you have an experience, you will immediately relate every experience that you have in the world. Oh, this is in this Upanishad. Oh, this is in this Purana. Oh, it is in this Veda. Whatever you have learned. And he says that is how you do the manthan, and that is how the scriptures will enter into your life. So he shared this with me and he said, you do the same thing, it will be the same. Because you might not know what you're speaking, but it's coming from there. And that's what I'm saying. These things, what I'm talking here of Upadesha Saram, and what I'm talking here of Devika Lotra and or Kalagnana, I've already talked this many times and I had no idea it's coming. Now when I'm looking and these books are coming into my hand, it gives me assurance. Yes. Because many people wanted to put me down at that time, saying that what nonsense are you talking? It's not that way. And everybody, they were telling her, don't listen to that guy. That guy is mad. He's talking some weird things. He's trying to distract people or put them off. No, I was something, I have a strong conviction. So when I saw these things, I said, wow, it's a confirmation. So for people, I'm using these scriptures. I don't need them. I'm very sure when I relate with I okay, this I have this knowing inside only. For people who do not know it, and to tell them I'm not talking from my mind ego. It's these are coming from deeper realities, which if you don't trust me, you meditate, you concentrate on it, you learn through it, you use your own awareness. You don't need a third party to explain things to you. In the start, you take help, but eventually you develop your power of awareness so powerfully that any scripture you open, you should be able to go through it very easily. Yes, so I was telling these kind of experiences will come and go. Do not be greedy, because in the other world also, meditation world, I said everybody is in the falaprapti, the fruits, what fruits I'll get, and then the practices get spoilt in that. It's very sukshma, very subtle. Now imagine, I know you will deny it right now, what I'm telling you. The denial is not going to help. What I'm telling, if you listen, you'll understand it. Now, imagine I'm doing these practices of awareness and all this, and then I'm getting into these zones and all those things and all that. Now it's so beautiful, नशीला है. Now टेस्ट आ गया, अब फिर चखने का मन करता है, और फिर चखने का मन. That missing what you said is that only. You shouldn't miss anything here. Then you are in the wrong way. No missing. This path, what I am teaching here, is complete acceptance of what is happening. You're enjoying an experience, enjoy there as a witnesser, just observe. You're not enjoying things, enjoy, be there as a witnesser, don't enjoy. Be disconnected. Pain or pleasure, good or bad, blissful experience, non-blissful experience. If you make this a habit in the start, in the being in the center, not affected by it, this missing का जोन नहीं आता. Missing is a very poor language. Missing is a vasana language, right? Craving for something, missing something. Here we don't miss anything, or you'll miss the whole catch of the awareness practice itself. So be attentive on that, be aware of that aspect. There is nothing to miss, nothing to end. There is no great deal. That is why whenever people share their experiences, I don't say wow, 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 beautiful, beautiful. Then फिर आदत लग जाती है, wow, wow. They want to have a wow, wow, wow moment again. See, you might not relate to it. You see in your own experience, you will come to know. In your own experience, you will come to know. When you are doing meditation, how many times you have had blissful meditation, deep, sometimes very deep, sometimes maybe blissful, you had tears and so beautiful connection. Can you remember? In everybody's life there will be some such moment. Now have you seen the disappointment that comes with after that? You sit for today for meditation, you have a very beautiful 1 hour, let's say, or 2 hours, let's say, very beautiful experience. Whatever, all kriyas and shaking and dancing and all those things happened, and crying and weeping and blissfulness and all that. Now next day when you sit, what will happen? See the mind. Wanted one to recollect that same experience like before? You have had these kind of experiences, I'm telling you. You want to repeat that experience, and when it doesn't happen, your mood goes off. And you said, "Aaj utna acha nahi hua. Today my meditation was not so good. Like that day, it was so good, beautiful." Now what? You have got fascinated by that. You got carried away with that. Now that meditation, which should give you happiness, is giving you sadness. There's a missing point there. You're missing something there. It means you're craving for it another time. So be very careful on that. Don't get too carried away by these experiences. Many things will happen on this path. Many things will happen on this path. If you practice now only to stay in the centered, unwavered by anything, sab okay, everything okay. That's okay with it. You will be able to move beautifully. Otherwise, every padav, there is a caught. You get caught. What is this? What is that? And there is an impatience. Impatience. Now here also there is, it's a subtle impatience that is there. Oh, that was so blissful. For 24 hours, I was so blissful. How my life would have become blissful like that? Why not? Why it's not happening now? Yesterday it happened. Why not now? Why not tomorrow? I would have got free. Impatience to reach that goal right now, it's a demand. And the more you come into that zone and make a demand, you'll see you'll get disconnected with all these aspects. That's why I'm telling be careful. If you don't get carried away by it, I'm telling you, this is my personal experience. I'm telling you, there were times when I get into, sometimes I sit here, I'm telling you, sometimes sitting here for hours together, I'm gone. And sometimes when I'm sitting here, even for 2 minutes, I cannot go. I've had these kind of experiences. Now I'm okay with it. हुआ ठीक नहीं हुआ ठीक, whatever has to happen, whenever it has to, let it happen. Who cares? And I'm telling you, when I build up that kind of an atmosphere or an mentality, spontaneously I used to have those experiences. Because what, you don't care for the results, you are settled down. You're not thinking about it, not worried about it. But when you think and the mind gets activated, you're disconnected from awareness. The more you think, you're disconnected. Simple things I'm telling, but you have to be very cautious. Oh God, I said 1 hour and 2 hours. Okay. Any questions, dear ones? Don't worry about these payments you are sending there here. Messages. There is one lady, I believe she's a very sincere practitioner. My belief, I don't know. She came once, she was in Tiruvannamalai. And she came and she couldn't pay for her coming. So I said, you come. Or she had paid little bit, some amount was there, she couldn't pay. And she said, Bhaiya, I'm stuck. I said, forget, you come now. It's whatever it is. And I had just forgotten about it. But she came and the first day she called me aside and she said, Bhaiya, this is that amount. Now, what is this amount? Oh, this I couldn't. Oh, I said, I don't even remember how much was that. No, no, no. I said, okay, keep it there. And then she took out some more cash, a few thousands, and gave it to me. I said, what is this for? This you keep it. I said, what for? Anything for your projects, anything it comes handy, you use it for that. Oh, I said, okay, a donation or something. Okay, fine. I'll look into it. I just kept it. And then this person used to attend my webinars and all that. For one webinar, she didn't attend. And she asked for something, I don't remember. She said something like, I'll pay next time, or something delay, or money could not be done. I had a doubt. And that doubt came true when one webinar she could not attend. And the next webinar she wanted to attend, but she had to finally write to me saying that I'm not, I cannot afford to pay right now. Oh my God. Last time I had a feeling that it could be that, but I had already sent a message to people. If you feel that you're not able to pay or anything, please contact immediately. I'll check it. I am not like, I am not going to be a blindfold. I am not that guy who can be just, I'll know it. And if it is genuine, I will certainly do it. If it is not, whatever happens, I will not do it. I am very clear. So it's not like right and wrong stuff. I said you should have told, and said no, no, let it be. Now, this person's, I'm telling you the honesty. This person gave me a couple of thousands before only, asking to use for my project. But she's so sincere. So pure hearted that when she did not have money also, she didn't attend it. She could have said, I had given you some extra amount, can you adjust from there? She didn't do that. So this time when there was this webinar, tomorrow's webinar, I sent her the Zoom link. I said, Bhaiya, I haven't paid for it, and I think you accidentally sent it to me. I said, no, I've deliberately sent it to you. There are such people also. And on the other end, there are other people also. I'm not criticizing, but it's all funny to me. It's very funny, the weird world. It's funny where people have not even signed up or been a part of it, and they will just ask, can you send me the Zoom link? I said, have you made any registrations? Or oh, it's there. I don't know. I have sent the registrations. Okay, I go and see. Okay, I see your registration, but I don't see any payment come onto that. Oh, I didn't check out that. Okay, let me check it out. Hold on. And then I never heard from that person. Why all these things? This is not about. I'm just seeing the contrast, and I'm telling you, there are all these kind of experiences that one goes through. Who wins through all this is whose heart is pure. Sooner or later, they will get through it, because that is the only essential thing here. You cannot fool anybody. Whenever you fool anybody outside, and please understand, you have fooled yourself. Never ever try to do such kind of things. Cunningness, never use it in spirituality. It's the most demeaning, most harmful thing. It's not about money and these things, and it's not all these are not big deals, but the kind of effect it has on your whole chitta. It propels you towards something else where you might think it's all okay. इसमें चलता है क्या इतना सीरियस लेना है थोड़ा बहुत तो चल जाता है and all those things. Sometimes when and there are, see, I'm telling you these truths. Sometimes there are people who have two three people sitting also and attending webinars. This is not just mine, this is a worldwide problem. That's another thing. Why? To save a little bit of money. And on the other end, I see people will pay for three people at a time. When there is an event, three. Now who will see them? Three are sitting, two are sitting, four are sitting. But there is a kind of sincerity towards that. Then I said, maybe it's a big load on families. Then I said, okay, families, I thought, let's bring that amount to 50%. So that in one, this only, the fees only, two people can sit. So we are trying to do all that for adjustment, because this is not for money building thing. It is that to see that there is commitment and the right kind of people should be there, and this should not be the cause why somebody is not in. That's what I'm trying to say. But when I'm trying to do that, somebody should not try to sneak in and try to get all. So it's a very this kind of a situation. And when I tell these things, people feel offended. Oh, then I'll not attend the webinar. Don't attend it. You don't do a favor on me. But please understand, this is not true spirituality. This is not authenticity which is there. You have to practice authenticity for your own good only, I'm saying. You might have chosen some other way. That's all fine. But until you get that thing right, you are not going to do whatever you want. You will not. Because I've seen all these things, I'm telling you, in my own life, past 20 years, I've seen this. And not just me, in people around me. And in I say I've been through all such kind of situation with such kind of people where I can see all this very clearly. Even with my own guru, with being with my guru and all, that grace was so powerful. He's a powerful man. And seeing everything firsthand, how he handles the world, how he handles these things, and learning from that, it's not a small thing. It's all the blessings of that, seeing that, which I'm trying to share here all the time. Because at least there we can have an understanding from that. Okay, this is how they function, this is how they look at things. It becomes an inspiration to all of us. the credibility of the authenticity of how they are, saints are. Teaches us a lot, and we are moving in that direction, aren't we? And is it wrong if I'm trying to tell you in the right way? Even if you feel offended, that's another thing. Think about it. All your take about it. क्योंकि लोग तो आते जाएंगे जाते जाएंगे, ये सब दुनिया दस्तूर चलती रहेगी. आई एम नॉट, दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट आई एम सीइंग. आई हैव had hundreds of people walk in and walk out of my life, and this will keep happening. Not just me, your life also. You'll see people will come and go, come and go, come, and if you are attached to all those things, then you can't do your functions. Somebody asked a question here, I think. Deepa Mehta, how inner guru gets awakened, bhaiya? First, listening to the inner voice. That's what I'm trying to tell in this whole today's session is, we don't connect with our inner voice. Inner voice is what? The truth, what calls from within. All these today I'm telling you, Pardafash wala. You should be able to listen to the truth inside you, not to the ego inside you. Because if you connect to the ego, that's not the inner guru. Inner guru is the inner consciousness. This same consciousness is what I'm calling as your awareness. Your awareness is your inner guru. What guides a person from inside? What shows them the direction from inside? What takes them to places? What has these coincidences, synchronicities, all these things, the grace building up, all these things. What is it that is doing this? Awareness, which is nothing but your inner guru. So when you develop your awareness very sharply, you will see that your inner guru is awakened. The inner guru will start talking to you. Ma Parvati activated this through her consciousness. When she activated this, the Sat began talking from within, her soul. That is what we call Shiva talking to Parvati. It is symbolically shown, two people sitting there. We love all this kind of interactions because then we'll have nice. It's kind of entertainment where two tattvas are talking or two Shiva is talking. We love all that kind of converse. But if we say that Shiva is within, talking to me, the chitta, the ego, who is this who's seeking the inner guru? The ego, the me, who said. How does inner guru get activated? In whom? In you. Who's the you? The ego. Inner guru is who? The Shiva. Why? Because Guru and Paramatma, Shiva is same. So inner guru is Shiva. So who's connecting to the inner guru? My ego consciousness. I am contemplating on my inner Shiva, inner guru. So who's me? The Shakti form, the Chitta. What is Chitta? Mana. Who am I? The mind. The false I is nothing but the mind. So the Shakti connecting to the Sat. The Chit is connecting to the Sat, and the Sat Purusha is talking from within. Shiva is talking from within to the Shakti. All conversations. Inner Guru awakened. Kala Jnana awakened. All the Brahma Gyan, everything awakened. So, including all the texts, you read Viveka Chudamani. It is completely samvad between the Guru and disciple, Guru and disciple, Guru and disciple. Shishya asks a question to the Guru, Guru answers the Shishya. Viveka Chudamani. What is this Guru Shishya? Are there two people really talking there? Yes, you might enjoy that kind of thing because you are fully in that Dvaita, in those kind of stories. Where Shishya is asking a question, Guru is telling. But Viveka is what? Viveka is your Guru there. Viveka Chudamani. The disciple is this ego. So when this disciple surrenders to the guru within, means the ego surrenders to the Shakti, the Satpurusha within, the whole samvad take place, the Upadesha begins, and everything is conveyed to this ego me, false I me. That's all how these tattvas work. But we are all fascinated by that. Only Guru and Shishya, two of them are sitting and talking under a banyan tree, or Shiva and Parvati are sitting in some mountain top and talking to each other. And let's listen to what they have to say. No, it is inside. It's let me listen to what my inner Guru or my inner Shiva has to say. So that is the approach we are going to have in Kalagnan. Not just Kalagnan, even we tomorrow Vivek Chodamani, Avadut Geta, any other such kind of text or Tripura Rahasya. All these things, it's going to be from that angle. And how can the ego be surrendered? When you move into awareness, the ego gets surrendered. Move into awareness and see the mind and ego gets surrendered. They fall at their feet. They don't work. So that's exactly how we are approaching. Everything is happening through this awareness. Now you see the freedom through the power of forgiveness. We didn't do anything but through awareness. Now next month in May there is inner child healing, May 13th or something, I don't know. Inner child healing, the word healing is there, but there will be no healing that is done. All through awareness the healing happens. You're using the tattva of awareness. And many things get aligned and rectified when you are in that state. Ribhugita is also, yeah, Ribhugita is one of, again, very high scripture. It's again the samvad between from Shiva. Ribhu is nothing but Shiva only. But Ribhugita is again very high. We'll have Ribhugita also, goodly reminded. Very high scripture. Somebody had given me a gift many years back in one Shibir in Chennai. It was in 2013. And that book came into my hand, and that person came, Karthikeyanji, if I remember his name also. He came and gifted me a book and he said, I want to give you a book, my dear friend. I took it, it was Rubu Gita. I said, what is this? Read it. Very good. I opened it, kuch bhi palla nahi pada. I opened it many times, I read it here and there. I kept the book forever. And after 2013, I'm opening that book 2 years back. Because Ribu Gita I saw in Ramanashram. And I looked into it, I said, oh my God, so powerful. Again, all decoded verses and all that, poetic forms and all that. But when you contemplate on it, it's very deep. Ribu Gita also is very high. We'll have that. Hope I answered your question, how the inner guru gets awakened. Ira, Bhaiya, when we sit for sadhana, saying, Aaj meri sadhana safal ho. Should we say that or just leave it? Does this classify as फल की इच्छा? Now, फल की इच्छा तो बाद में, पहले ये बोलो, जब भी आप मेरी साधना सफल हो संकल्प लेके बैठते हो, सफल होता है क्या? that is the question. अगर वो होता नहीं, कभी होता है कभी नहीं होता है, तो उसका मतलब वो उस पर निर्भर नहीं है ना कि मैं क्या संकल्प लेके बैठूं, साधना सफल हो। तो फल प्राप्ति तो बाद की बात आती है, लेकिन वो चलता है कि नहीं वो भी पता नहीं अपने को, क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम संकल्प जब लेके बैठते हैं तो संकल्प के पीछे मन ध्यान ध्यान संकल्प पे रहता है। योर माइंड यू आर मेडिटेटिंग एक्चुअली ऑन द संकल्प कि लेट इसको सफल हो, let this today's meditation become a great success. And when you are sitting like that, a little somewhere you go out in the meditation, you are getting this little thoughtful or outward pull ho gaya, and then suddenly you say, अरे ये तो सफल होना था, I was supposed to make this. Then you'll pull in little more vigor because you want to make it safal now. Then you bring it again, and that struggle after some time you'll say, छोड़ो यार, आज की साधना जाने दो, कल देखेंगे, कल ध्यान करके देखेंगे. So जो सफल होना था असफल हो गया. So it doesn't work on that. This whole thing unfortunately is on doership. यू नो, कौन ये इच्छा करता है, कौन ये फल प्राप्ति, कौन संकल्प लेता है? संकल्प लेने वाला सिर्फ करता ही हो सकता है, एक डूअर ही हो सकता है। आई एम डूइंग दिस फॉर द फ्रूट्स। सो द will maker, the one who makes the will, or one who takes a sankalpa, volition, is that person who's the doer. The whole purpose only is gone of meditation. There we say no doership. How many times have we just sat in meditation, just in summer, not even the idea of samarpan, just sat there and melted into nothingness, being. You can't do it until you practice the awareness. Awareness will make you come into the being. The doing will die. And many people don't want to do awareness because the doing will die. And the world has always taught them to do, be a doer. And they have also learned, and the patterns and conditioning are so strong in the doership. And if somebody does don't do, this guy is false. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता, विदाउट डूइंग आई कैन गेट एनीथिंग। तो फिर सारे झूठ बोल रहे हैं, सारे महात्मा झूठ बोल रहे हैं। फिर रमण महर्षि इज टॉकिंग लाइज देन, इफ यू डोंट एग्री विद दिस। And there are so many saints. The Avadhutas are talking lies then. They're living a lie then. If you say in the being there is nothing you can achieve in spirituality. So it is very important for us to understand these tattvas. I'll be doing a program next month, doing to being also, where we'll have so many tips and practical workings. I don't want to do these programs very continuously now because there should be a good gap also. Because today somebody gave me that good feedback. I learned when I said somebody had told we will be doing the Devi Kalotra immediately, and then I looked into my calendar. I said it's not possible now. And I said okay, let there be a gap also, and let's do it in May first week. May second week, 10th was the date that we had chosen. I put 10th. I declared it also, published it as 10th only. And then somebody wrote to me, good Vaya, you're keeping a gap because we are still reeling in Upadesha Saram. It has to get sink into that. I said yes. Other too much too fast is like indigestion. So I said okay. I'll also be careful in all these major things which are there. We'll keep a gap, good gap for that. But it was 10th, and just yesterday, somehow 10th was not feeling okay. I was looking to calendar continuously, and I shifted it to third. And when I shifted it to third one, I got an email or a message after 1 hour or something saying that, but yeah, I don't know when are you keeping this Kalagyana, because I would like to attend it, but if it is in the second week of March, I won't be able to do it. I don't know. Let's see. Whatever is the divine will. And I said just couple of hours back, I changed it from second week to first week. Now I know why I changed it. The thought was very strongly coming. I should change it. So somebody, probably somebody's will there made that. You don't know. This is how strangely it all works. This is something that we are living in the being. There's no too much of planning and doing and things. There are so many things. I'm telling you, most of the events that come up here are very spontaneous. I sometimes put just one line and put it there and I don't know, and then the next day sometimes I find myself working on it and then thinking what to do and all that, and then when people start communicating for that, then I actually get serious. So it's weird, I can't explain. So this maybe I'll share it in May end or somewhere, the the transition from doing to being, many tips and many suggestions and these practices which will make us settle more into the being and give up the doing slowly, and then see how in the being, when you are taken a back seat and you allow the divine to function, when I surrender my free will to the divine will. Divine will is being, free will is doing. Free will doing is ego, divine will is God consciousness. So that's how the equation works. ऐसा लगता है वैराग्य उत्पन्न हो रहा है और मन विवाद महसूस कर रहा है। प्रश्न उठ रहा है कि कैसे सांसारिक जीवन और जिम्मेदारी को पूरा कर पाएंगे। मन दुविधा में है, लेकिन विवेक मन पर हावी हो रहा है। मन मर रहा है और प्रकाश की आवश्यकता है। और प्रकाश की आवश्यकता है। मन परेशान करता है। इसको भैया समझाने की कृपा करें। धन्यवाद। एक्चुअली मैं आपको बताऊं, एक्चुअली I don't know if somebody read it. Today's first message that I put on today's live session was, does practice of awareness take you away from world? I put it, and after 15 minutes I deleted that post. This is exactly what you're asking. I had a very strong feeling that I should share that, because somewhere people feel that scared when they're practicing awareness. They see what, जैसे आप बोल रहे हो, vairagya is coming. Sometimes I feel detached, and then on the other side, my mind is killing me, thinking that, oh my God, I have to work, I have a family to run, I have so many responsibilities, and then uh, vairagya also is coming, and sometimes I'm feeling detached, and the whole questioning is coming as to all the fakeness of this. And it's very I know it's very, very scary, and that scare is what keeps many people, they run away. I'm telling you, many people run away. But I'm telling you, हिम्मत बहुत चाहिए इसमें. You should have a lot of courage. Courage for what? Courage to face the truth. You don't have to run anywhere. Awareness will not make you run, my dear. I'm telling you. See, I'll share the secret with you. A little more time, if you have the time. Actual vairagya, actual where you should be really worried, if you have to be worried, is when you begin the Atma Vichara. That marga, when who am I begins, because that, then there is no scope for anything, there is no point of return. Then once you are like fully sure, self realization, nothing else, Atma Vichara begins, what Vashishta Mahamuni taught Bhagwan Ram. There you are focused so much on your soul, you're not encouraged to come into the Vishayavasana at all. Little Vishayavasana, you will get pulled away, so you have to be very this. Actual thing, if you are really to be scared, is there. But in the prerequisite method, what I am teaching here right now is the awareness. You don't have to be worried at this state of awareness at all. Awareness means you are in the world, you are not running away from Vishayavasana, you are not even in this stage trying to kill your ego. Killing your ego is Atma Vichara, later state, final state. And don't attempt to do that. I tell people, don't go into Atma Vichara right now. You'll get very much confused, because if you have Vishay Vasanas incomplete, then you will see either you'll feel confused or scared, or you won't be able to do that only. Atma Chintana, Atma Vichara, you will not be able to do that. Who am I? Because Vishay Vasanas will pull you here. So what is the point in having that tug of war? Here, what I'm saying is, you be completely, I'm repeating this very carefully. The practice of awareness is to be doing what you're doing in the world, in the family. You do your job, whatever you're doing, do, but you will, in clarity, see the nonsense in everything. Once you see the nonsense, it's not like you are going to leave it up. You won't be able to leave it. But now you will become a very mature spiritual being, where you see your maturity, that you got to do this job. It's your dharma. I cannot quit it. It's my dharma to be a father, to be a husband, to be a wife, to be a child, to be a protector, to be a guardian, whatever you are. You don't have to give it up, but you can be there, completely there, yet be unattached with all that stuff. So that vairagya is different than this, because this vairagya is, there is nothing to lose, you're not going to leave anything. When you don't have clarity in the subject, you will get scared. Oh my god, if dispassion happens, if vairagya happens doesn't mean you'll immediately leave home. That is an immature mind who leaves homes. There are many cases that way. They have no interest, they will leave. That is unripe souls. Ripe souls who ripen there are people who are fully ripe and they see they are needed. Like Lahari Masaji, Yukteswar Giri Maharaj, uh, our own Gurudev, my own Gurudev, he was in the Grahastha, but he was never fully dived into that. He was always detached, always. And he was handling so many things, but completely detached. I've seen him. So you don't have to be engrossed. One, that maturity is so ripe that you're there, you don't feel like running away, you don't feel like leaving anything, you'll complete. But from within, you are getting maturity. This small thing, people, if they don't understand, they will run away. They will say, no, this is not my time now, I'll do it budhape mein, I'll do. Now I have responsibility, let me complete my responsibilities first. Let the children grow up first, let me get them married first, let me put in them into their education first, and then after that I will do. Who knows, you will live after that or not? What if we conk off before that? Life doesn't wait for your plans. Every moment after coming to spirituality is your opportunity. You must take that opportunity without giving all these lame excuses that I'm not talking to one person here. Many people talk about this. Like I told you, one girl came and told, it's not that I'm not serious about your videos. You said one post, no, now lesser distraction and seriousness. So I'm putting it into a group, and whoever want to be serious seekers here, come into this group. Now it doesn't mean I am not a serious seeker. I am a very serious seeker, but I have other responsibilities. I have my children to look at. There are dependents on me. So you cannot say that I'm not a serious seeker. I come whenever I have time. I watch your videos and I do my best, whatever I can. I said that's the best approach that you're doing. Do whatever you can, how much ever you can. You do that, not a problem. But still, you're lying when you say I'm a serious seeker. Serious seekers means you'll not give any excuse. This is that and that is this. You'll go ahead with it because you are clear that you don't have to run away. You are clear that you will not run away. You don't have to leave anything. You don't have to get disconnect with your family. You be there, mukta, jivan mukta, liberated there only. Regarding your work and all those things, yes, you might change your what you call your profession, or things might change depending on what is suiting you. What is not suiting you will leave, and what is suiting you will come in. That's how everybody's life changes. My own life also, I've seen that way. A hardcore, I was IT professional, and what am I doing right now? Once upon a time, that was success for me 20 years back. I've been in very good positions, handling all those kind of jobs and thinking that my career is there. And look here, what I'm doing today, sitting and doing whatever I'm doing. This is something that even I'm earning from, and I have no shyness to tell about it. This is something that I'm enjoying doing. This is something that is with my life purpose, and this has got a larger area of life. The purpose is very divine and high, and I earn from it, and I'm not disappointed. I don't regret anything here. Absolutely in the perfect place where the divine will has placed me. And he takes care of everything. If I'm taking care of a lot of other things, I know the universe also will take care of me. This is how the equation goes. So I have not left anything. I do have my mother here. And even if I feel I'm very ripe, I don't think there is any point to leave anything or go anything. Or I have to change this and put a bagua color shirt or a white color shirt or a dhoti. Not needed. So how does all these things differ us? Nothing. Inner liberation happens. Outwardly, you are fully in this world. Now I'm sitting here doing this. When I go into the market or when I'm outside, nobody will actually know what I'm doing also. If they look at me also, they will never even guess. ये लल्लू ऐसा काम भी करता है क्या? Let them think. That's fine. That's how the world is. Let it be that way. And you don't have to show or prove these things to anybody. Whatever has to happen will happen in its own way. That is what I'm trying to give the message here. However it has to happen, it will happen in its own way. How much ever you think, that is what Ramana said. What has to happen will happen. How much ever you do anything not to make it happen, it's not going to stop. And how much ever things should not happen, it will not happen. How much ever you try to make it happen, that is destiny. That is what Upadesha Saram clearly defines. Why and how, it is revealed in the Upadesha Saram. ये सुनने में थोड़ा डर लगता है. Oh, then you mean I cannot do anything then? Then what is my work? No, that is incomplete knowledge. If you understand the Upadeshas are completely in depth, you'll understand. Okay, fine. These things are there. So I believe what you shared here, who is this? Sanjay Singh. Who you shared here is many people's, many people's. आपने तो हिम्मत करके पूछ लिया. बहुत लोगों को हिम्मत नहीं होती है पूछने को, डर लगता है. वो तो ऐसे चार शब्द सुन के ही भाग जाते हैं. आप तो सुन रहे हो फिर भी यहाँ बैठ के. You're still listening. I've seen people how they run away because I keep watching this number of people. Whenever the line, a certain line comes on these kind of hearts, suddenly they will disappear. और ये तो spiritual है भी नहीं. These are all spiritual time passers. They won't get anything here. So your kind of situation is the right kind of situation that is happening, and this turmoil will happen. Accept that turmoil. That turmoil जो अंदर भय आएगा, डाउट आएगा, एक इनसिक्योरिटी आएगा. बी थ्रू ऑल दैट, बिकॉज क्या हो रहा है? द ईगो इज डाइंग, द माइंड इज डाइंग. जैसे आपने लिखा यहाँ पे, मन मर रहा है, तो आपको पता है. एंड यू सेड विवेक मन पे हावी हो रहा है. ब्यूटिफुल वर्ड्स. ही सेड माय इंटेलेक्ट is becoming powerful over my mind and my mind is losing the battle. So when the mind is losing the battle, that is what the pain is coming from. ये दर्द वहीं से हो रहा है, क्योंकि मैं कौन हूं? मन हूं. और कौन मर रहा है? मैं मर रहा हूं. मेरा मैं मर रहा है. So you can see how it is. This is all the contrast that's happening, and it's a beautiful journey. This is exactly how things happen. ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ है कि हम अवेयरनेस प्रैक्टिस करें और डायरेक्ट करते 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 सडनली हम उसमें चले गए आत्मचिंतन पे, और बाहर कुछ नहीं हो रहा. नहीं, बहुत कुछ होता है बाहर. उतल पुतल बहुत होता है. मन के अंदर सबसे पहले होता है, फिर मन के बाहर जो क्रिएशन है अपने, वो उधर शुरू होता है. तो इस सब से जूझने का एक ही करेज रहेगा आपका, जो अंदर का जो क्लैरिटी है. दिस इज हाउ लाइफ इट इज. वो हावी नहीं होता कि नाउ व्हेन आई एम मेडिटेटिंग और डीप अवेयरनेस में आई फील वाओ आई गॉट इट, लाइफ ये है. एंड देन थोड़ा संसार में थोड़ा उलझ गए और फिर ऐसा लगे कि नहीं, लाइफ ये है. वो नहीं है, ये है जो दुनिया दिख रही है. तो जब हम थोड़ी देर लाइफ ये है बोले और थोड़ी देर इधर आके नहीं लाइफ वो है बोले, ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है. एक जो अंत वाला रियल जो है, जो असली वाला है, वो अगर आपने पकड़ा तो, जैसे पूंजा जी को रमण महर्षि जी ने बताया. पूंजा जी was talking about his visions. I have vision of Krishna, and Ramana was not impressed, and he just said, what appears will disappear, what disappears will appear. Whatever keeps appearing and disappearing is not real, and don't run behind it. Catch that which is real, that is your Atman, yourself. That is the only thing without a start, without an end, which is always there with you, Shashwat. So ये जो क्लैरिटी आती है, come what may, you will not move. बट यू विल नॉट बिकम हार्श ऑल्सो टू द वर्ल्ड, क्योंकि स्पिरिचुअल मैच्योरिटी में ऐसा दिखता है कि हाँ ठीक है, इस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ऐसा है, उनके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से वो भी सही है, तो यू हैव लॉट ऑफ कंपैशन इन दैट, एंड दैट अप्लाइज टू अस आवर एक्सपीरियंसेस आल्सो. व्हाट अपीयर्स एंड डिसअपीयर्स, सेम आवर एक्सपीरियंस. आज ब्लिस लगा, कल नहीं है. सो व्हाट डज रमना से? इज इट देयर नाउ? Look at this beautiful example. So you said, I had this whole 24 hours of blissful feeling. So Ramana asks you, is it there now? You'll say, no, now it is not there. It was there. Then Ramana tells you, what appears will disappear. See, that bliss appeared yesterday, it will disappear today. And today, what is disappeared will appear tomorrow. What appears and disappears is not real. Catch that which is real. So, the real blissfulness is that eternal self when you move on to. These these feelings are temporary feelings of that, of when the clouds of ego and mind get into manolaya. So the मनोलया में एक नशा आता है. मन थोड़ी देर के लिए मर गया, मजा आता है, फिर लौटता है मन. यही हो रहा है आपके साथ. मन फिर लौटा, फिर आप दुखी हो गए. तो ये सत्य नहीं है, वही तो बता रहे हैं, मनोलया नहीं है, मनोनाश होना है. तो नाशा जब तक नहीं होता तब तक वो ब्लिसफुल स्टेट आपका इटर्नल शाश्वत नहीं रहेगा. तब तक जब तक मनोलय आ रहा जा रहा है, ये आपको एक्सपीरियंसेस इस तरह का होता रहेगा. तो ये अगर बात क्लैरिटी आ गई, क्या टेंशन है? बोलेंगे ठीक है, मंजूर है. जब मनोलय मनोनाशा होगा तब देखेंगे, तब जो भी होता है. आप जैसा है लाइफ स्वीकार है. आया तो खुश, नहीं आया तो खुश. Please ignore, excuse my ignorance. Is there a book for Upadesh Sarams? No, there is no ignorance in that. There are two, three different versions of Upadesh Saram. You go to Sri Ramana Maharshi Ashram on the website. You can order it from there. Oh, I think you are staying in the US, right? Himanji, I think you are on the group, right? Are you on the group? Hemant Lata, right? You're from Mississippi, US. Okay, don't worry. I'll arrange to send it to you through this. Just remind me tomorrow. Okay? Yes, on WhatsApp. Just remind me on WhatsApp tomorrow. I will send it to you. Through WhatsApp, I'll send it to you. I have a good copy of it. ठीक है जी. Any other questions? Ira, is Atma Chintan contemplation and reflection, Bhaiya? Yes. It is reflection and it is little more, it is not Chintan also, it is Vichar, it is called. Atma Chintan is okay, is a star. The steps, it leads to Atma Vichara. Vichara means you are inquiring. You are inquiring, who is this me? Who am I? The real I. So it is just more of right now in awareness we are doing all this chintan, reflection, all these things, all about the soul and all that. But in Atma Vichara, there is serious work on finding who is this wrong I, false I. Who am I? Who am I doesn't mean the Aham Brahmasmi wala I am that I am. Who am I, this false one? So when you go deep into it, you'll see that it's going through the ego part, and then you investigate and find the ego, and when you go to the source, then it's a process. I cannot explain here. Upadesha Saram, I've taught it step by step. I have not taught it. Ramana has already taught it. So I'm just restating what he taught. So that's a very deep step ahead. Yog Vashisht also teaches Atma Vichara. Bhagwan Ram practiced it. Who am I? As taught by his guru, Vashisht Mahamuni. Okay, I think all your answers and everything is cleared. So, tomorrow, whoever has signed up for the living in your divine presence, I look forward to your divine presence tomorrow. We'll meet tomorrow at 2 p.m., that is Indian Standard Time, wherever you are. If you still want to join, there is a link is there in this description. You can connect to it. And if you're not able to make it this time, no problem. Maybe in a month or two, I'll repeat it again. Maybe after 2 months or something, one more time for new people. Until then, you can just check out other events also. Even this Kala Jnana, which I'm talking about, that also is there. Event, all the details are there. Inner child, there is an important one that I kept it with a gap for almost a month, because almost a month before I taught that forgiveness wala, and I am hoping that you are practicing it, because those who practice it will find tremendous results in inner child healing. I know you're not doing it, but that's the habit of the mind. And why I kept a 1 month gap was for this reason, that you do the, if you have not done it now also, you can please do it again. At least spend 15 minutes to 30 minutes every day, or at least 3 days in a week, doing that same process of what you learned in power of forgiveness through awareness, and release and finish off that karmic debt. The more you finish off with that karmic debt, you are off with your vasanas, Vishay vasanas. You will feel such a relaxed, I'm telling you, very, very relaxed you will feel if you do it continuously. If you're intensely seeking, you'll do it. And then after that, if you do the inner child healing again, you'll be very powerfully released. Anyways, it's up to you how much interest you have and all that. I'm doing as per whatever I'm being guided to. And for today, only this much. Thank you all for being here. May we all be blessed. May we all evolve. May we all be free. See you tomorrow. Bye.